Hello, it's Beth. It's been a while since I've recorded anything. I want to get back into the swing of YouTube, but I have I just have a lot of stuff I'm working on right now, and then with Christmas coming up, and I'm making most of my Christmas gifts, so I've just been really busy. But I want to figure something out for YouTube, and I might be making some of my videos shorter. As much as I want them to be long, where I'm at currently, I just don't think it's possible in terms of upload time. Because I hate letting my laptop run for 2 days just so I can upload one video. I think 40 minutes is doable. So I could do something like that, because that's still long, but not absurdly long. But today I thought it would be fun. I've been getting more into the occult stuff. Specifically today, it would be poppets. I don't know why I feel really drawn to make one, so I wanted to share some of my thought process with you. Part of me feels like I should be recording me sifting through material and trying to decide what to pick, but that, I don't know. I'd have to be holding my phone, everything would be shaky, and would that really be enjoyable to watch in the long run? I don't know. So maybe I'll just show you pictures of my progress. So bear in mind, I'm new to all of this. So I like to live under the belief that, at least in this area of magic, if you will, there's not really a full right or wrong way to do something, as long as it, you feel like you're doing the right thing. Or, for yourself, if I'm building this poppet, I'm yeah, it feels right to make the head of it red or whatever, then it's right for me. But if there's any seasoned people out there, and somehow you find my video, I'm not sorry, but, because I'm learning, I can't know everything right off the bat. I'm just trying to make my own way. So I was gonna look at the title of the book, can't see it from here. Anyways, I got this book about spells, for beginner witches, and I love it, but the only thing that's, complicated for me, just, with my schedule and, remembering what days to do what, well, it's just that. It's do this on a Friday. Oh, excuse me. Or, this one you can only perform on a Wednesday or during a new moon, which some of the moon phases when I understand more. But the specific days, I'm oh no, I don't. Because if I have to wait 2 weeks before I can do something, I forget. So anyway, that being said, with this poppet thing, I don't know if there's a particular day I should be doing this, but I'm not. I'm doing it today. And I don't even know if it's something I'll finish today, because I want to put a lot of work in it, because it's one I'm going to make for myself. I want what do I call it? I guess a multi-purpose one, because I want it to be I'm trying to think how to describe this, I'm sorry. I'm thinking self-love, something to help ward off anxieties or negative emotions that kind of drag me down from completing stuff. And what was the other one? Oh, creativity and motivation. See, that's a lot. Maybe I'm not supposed to do such a broad scope for this, but since it's about me, I just have all these things. In order for me to be motivated and creative, I have to let go of doubts, fears, anxieties, which really are a big anchor on me. And I try to work past that. I'm still finding my own way. I made new moon wishes this year. Last week the new moon at the time of recording this? I think so. because I don't know if I'll share it with you or not because I feel dumb, but on the last full moon, that's when I thought, oh, I'll make my wishes on the full moon. But the full moon, according to the moonology book I'm reading, is when some or all of your wishes should kind of come to fruition. And the new moon is when you make the wishes. So, that was a big dumb on my part, but I did it right this time. I made my list, I made my affirmations, and all that good stuff. During the full moon, I did the new moon, I did the little ritual thing, and I don't know, sometimes I feel unsure when I do new things or new ritual things, but this one I felt really, really good about, so I get the feeling I did it right. And I'm trying to take steps to bringing my wishes to life. So, step 1 for today, I set up my Etsy account, and step 2 will be putting stuff up on said Etsy. There's just so many things I'd like to put up, and especially because I always have people tell me, you could be selling this. I'm like, really? I feel like it's mediocre. I'm not. For example, I like making split color t-shirts, and which sounds difficult, but I just thrift a bunch of collared shirts, cut them in half, sew the pieces together that I want, and voila, you have a split colored shirt. But sometimes people don't have the time, or they don't want to take the effort to do something like that, so I can understand maybe someone seeing it and oh, I want that for me and I don't want to have to make it, so it's nice someone else did all the work and is selling it. And the nice thing about that is, if I was using a lot of thrifted materials, I could easily price stuff down. The most expensive thing would probably just be shipping, because I still want to be able to profit a little bit off of it, because I do put effort into the sewing process, even if the material was pre-owned or what have you. I want to be fair to myself as well as the people buying from me. So anyway, I don't think it's bad to tell my new moon wishes, because that was just one of them. I'd like to make money doing something I really enjoy, because I did recently apply for a new job, and I was really excited, and I never got a call back, and so I asked why, and it was a library, and I have a family member who works at Library A, right? And I applied at Library B, that is half an hour away. But the person in charge of all the libraries in this county has this absurd rule about no families. No families can work in the system. Once one family member's in there, nobody else can work in the system from the same family. Which I would understand if I was working at Library A, where my family member is, and where they could influence me or cater to me, because I could definitely see that as an issue. But if I'm half an hour away at a completely different library, I guess I just don't see why that matters. And especially because said Library B, is so desperate for work. I think there is the one lady in charge, and then a part-time worker who comes in every once in a while to help out. That's all she has. So I just think it's stupid that the person in charge is no, you can't even have an interview, because the lady at the library wanted to interview me. So that was a little disappointing. So that being said, I'm trying to find other avenues, looking into other stuff I like, and trying to make my own dreams come true. As dumb and Disney as that sounds. I don't know, because I feel I keep trying things and nothing has ever worked out. So I just get a little disheartened. But I don't know. I'm just hoping with with my newer outlook on life, and again trying to put myself out there more, I'm hoping like I'll have a better chance. Like I'm trying not to hide so much, because even when I had social media and like for example Instagram, or way back when I had DeviantArt, I would never like tag things very well on purpose because I didn't want someone to find me and like be mean to me about stuff I made. Um, and like I understand it's the internet and there's always gonna be mean people, but it's because I saw in particular one person who had a certain art style where they drew really skinny looking characters with big heads. I thought it was a really cool art style, but like some douchebag went and made a whole website. Was it a whole website, or maybe it was like a Tumblr page or something like that, something devoted to talking about how much they hated this person's artwork. I'm like, that's so mean and completely unnecessary. Um, so anyway, ever since stuff like that, like I'd see stuff like that, I'm like, oh no, that could be me because my art is not perfect. So, um, seeing repeated stuff like that, and then even eventually getting some kind of rude comments on my art in the past, it's just made me very like nervous about putting myself out there. But again, with the fandemonium thing, I think it sounds dumb, but I feel like a majority of the mean people are on the internet. When you get out in the world and go to events dedicated to like the arts or whatever, like those people appreciate you, and they should be the ones that matter. Because again, that was a really big confidence boost for me to even just have people walk by and be like, wow, I really like that. Um, and that's not me like trying to talk myself up or anything. I just, it made me feel good. So, all that being said, back to my poppet. Um, I have a list here with like banishing, creativity, healing, love, money, protection, and with each one there's like corresponding fabrics or symbols you can use for said poppet. And even on the website I was looking at, they're like, it's not like totally necessary to do this, but like if you just want to enhance your spell a little bit more, this is what you do. So I don't think I necessarily need banishing, but again, I don't know if this counts. I like black. Like it's a color I wear a lot, and to me it's kind of a power color, I guess. And I don't know if I'm gonna make like clothing for the poppet, but if I do, that's probably what they'll wear, is black. And I was also thinking maybe I could do a patchwork of colors to go with some of these corresponding words. I'm always a little bit eccentric, so if I'm going overboard or doing something weird, in terms of what's usually like normal for this sort of thing, that's just kind of who I am. And again, you'll have to say this every time. I'm not trying to be, oh, I'm so like unique and special. That's not it. I just, in any like creative space, or I get with other people, like I just stand out like a sore thumb, and it's a fact. It's not me like talking myself up. I know I'm a little odd. I dress like a clown, and I'm a little obsessive. I don't have like OCD or anything, but just like I do have this obsessive tendency. So if I do start just like decide to talk to someone, I have to be really careful not to like, go on this huge ramble fest about the thing that I'm currently into. Because I can just go on and on and on, and then I have to realize, oh, I don't think they're being very receptive to what I'm saying. I'm probably annoying them. So, people always think I'm shy, and I'm really not. I'm being quiet because if I start talking, like, I make a fool of myself. So I'm like, I'll just stay over here, and if someone wants to talk to me, they can. Otherwise, I'm just, I'm gonna vibe in the corner. Um, Anyways, yeah. So, maybe black clothing, patchwork poppet, and let's see. I was thinking I wanted the head to be a specific color. I was leaning towards creativity, but I guess I don't have anything on here for motivation, do I? Yeah, so maybe I do creativity, which is orange or yellow fabric with prints of suns or other similar symbols. I don't know. I don't have a lot of bright colored fabric. So I'll see what I have. I have a huge scrap bag I'm gonna sift through and see if I have any leftovers that might be orange or yellow. I'm looking over at my material mountain, and I do spot it's bright yellow, bright green, bright red, and bright blue, and bright pink. And so I'm like, oh, maybe that would work. That's probably the brightest crap I have over there. And I only bought that because I actually I thrifted this doll that had, I don't know if it was like ceramic or a porcelain head or what have you, but it has like the material body, and then the hands, feet, and head are ceramic. And I was wanting to make it into a little clown, but I never got around to sewing that yet. I actually, no, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say, I actually wonder if I could use that for the poppet, but I think the whole point of a poppet is to sew the whole thing. Yeah, anyways, so the head, I'm hoping orange or yellow. Let's see, healing. I was considering healing, so like, if I'm feeling stressed or anxious, like I could have that healing aspect to the doll. I don't know if that's the same kind of healing. Like, to me, it is like healing my distressed emotions. But I have this shiny. Well, I was gonna say I have this shiny white thread, but then I remembered reading I should sew it by hand, so never mind, scratch that idea. And I know not all of it's totally necessary. Like, I could totally sew it on the sewing machine if I wanted, but I want it to be as personalized as possible so that it has like a strong effect. It does say clouds, so like for symbology, I could maybe draw that somewhere on the body. Or the clothing. If I make it. This is me going way overboard, and I'm probably gonna like stress myself out, but if I power through it, I'm the kind of person who has to do something in one setting, usually. It's really hard for me to go back to a big project. Which I know isn't good, because I will end up like rushing things sometimes. Oh, excuse me. See, again, hiccups. Why? Every time I start recording. Wow, that completely threw me off. Nope, don't know what I was talking about. Oh, yes, I do. Going overboard, as I do all the time. When I start a big project, I tend to. I do everything on hard mode, and then I usually like cram and like try to get as much done as possible in one sitting so that it's done. I don't have to think about it anymore. And it's weird because I usually like enjoy doing it, but I think being a creative, I just have so many ideas it's really hard for me to like stay on one thing for too long because I already have my next idea and I'm ready to start a new project. But I'm feeling like this poppet, it might be a couple day thing, especially if I think about making clothing for it or something. Let's see. And I don't have a lot of herbs yet or anything for filling, like if I want bonus energy in it or whatever, but I do have some moon water left over as well as some essential oils that I might use. I have clary sage, and I'm gonna see how lemon smells with that because I might do both of those. I'm hoping the moon water, you know, gives it that extra boost, and then mixed in obviously with clary sage, which I believe is for like being relaxed. It does say helping with sleep as well, which actually would be great for me because I've been sleeping horrible lately. Like I feel like I wake up every other hour and I'm tossing and turning trying to go back to sleep each time I'm woken up. So anyway, yeah, clary sage necessary. And I guess I know I don't like have to have something of me in the doll, but I was thinking maybe hair or something, or fingernails. Mine kind of need trimmed anyway. See, this is me wondering if I'm going to be going overboard, but I was thinking about writing out some affirmations on paper and like snipping them up or something and then filling it or mixing it in with the filling of the doll so I get my like encouragement boost or whatever. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Since this is my first time, I'm just kind of doing what I feel like will help me. And I love my witch spell book, but they're so like specific and require so many ingredients. Like I'm lucky to have family members who have offered to get me some things for Christmas. They're like, hey, what do you want? And then I was able to pick out a few ingredients on Amazon, but yeah, that's just if it wasn't so close to Christmas, I wouldn't have anything. And yeah, it's just I don't know how I would do any of those spells without every little stone that seems to be required and all the herbs, which I have some, but it seems like all the herbs I've saved this year, none are what I need for these particular spells. Speaking of those spells, I do have like this motivation ash that I made, and I was thinking about putting some of that in the head of the doll. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to draft my pattern now, and I'll show you some of the progress. Maybe I'll record snippets of me working on it or showing my stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you for listening. So, I did find orange. Ignore my fucked up pattern. That's the best I could do to get, hang on, something kind of like this. And I realize I can make flat poppet head, but again, I overdo everything and do everything on hard mode, so that's what I'm working with. And this was the shiny thread I was talking about, which I wasn't going to use, but then I decided, I think you can see it, to mix it in with this yellow thread. Yellow is also creativity, and then I was thinking this could represent the silvery for healing, which for me would be like mental healing. So I think it'll work. I think it'll be cute. So that's what I have so far. Well, I went from Hey guys, this is the thread I'm using to, oh, I'm basically almost done with this now. I did a horrible job upkeeping the progress for you. I did have to add a little panel here of a different color. I mean, I could have used orange, but I don't know why I didn't. I just, whatever, added a panel. I needed it, otherwise obviously there would have been a big hole in the head, and I can't have that. The arms, very lopsided, but I don't know, I still kind of like it. Look at how far down that the flipper is. Oh my gosh. Well, what can you do? Yeah, the awkward arms are making me want to definitely give it a shirt or something, so it looks less like, all I can think is turtle body, like it's a turtle shell and then these little flipper like limbs. But anyway, that is it for this little update. And here she is with her hair and this shoddy little jacket I made. I accidentally made it way too big, because obviously I had to sort of draft a pattern. It's not perfect, but it looks better than her weird, sorry, I had that off camera, her weird turtle body she had going on. It kind of covers that up, so that's good. I'm trying to decide, I don't know if I should make pants or something, but ugh, this right here was annoying enough to sew. So I don't know, I'm undecided. Anyways, I think I am at least gonna add some bling to her, because I like glam stuff, so it only makes sense that some of it goes to her.